Hello, and thank you for watching this BESTdata video. In this one, we're going to be looking at the basics of virtual channels. Virtual channels allow us to do math and other functions on analog signals in order to create and recreate algorithms that are protective relays such as the BE1 flex and see other things in the power system. The reason we do this is because protective relays, again, such as the BE1 flex, are looking at the full spectrum of waveforms. In this particular example, looking at current at two different points on, let's say, a transformer application, but it's looking at the full spectrum. So I'm not looking at the 60 hertz or the 50 hertz. I'm looking at everything in that power. But I see down here that in my digital points, this particular relay had its differential element blocked based upon second harmonic inhibit, which is something that is common for transformer differential relays, so they don't false trip on transformer inrush. But I can't see that from here because, again, this is the sine wave, and even worse, if I'm looking at just the numerical format, I'm even further away from being able to see what's really going on. So I can use these virtual channels to see very specifically what the protective relay is doing. To do so, I'm going to add virtual channel, and I'm going to, particularly in this case, I'm going to look at the second order harmonic. And you have to know a little bit about the algorithms that any specific function is using. In this particular example, second order harmonic is the percentage of the second order in comparison to the fundamental or the first order. So I use the DFT, which is a discrete Fourier transform, and I'm selecting channel current A and looking at the second order, so I put a 2 in there. Now I'm going to divide that by the fundamental, so I do the same thing, grab the same channel, but this time I'm going to be looking at the first order, so I put a 1 in there. And lastly, for this particular algorithm, I'm going to multiply it by 100, so my percentage comes out as a number from 0 to 100 instead of 0 to 1. So once I click OK, then it has created that virtual channel. I click OK here, and then it shows me on my sine waves. Then last step that I would typically do in this example is look at that new channel that I've created. And by the way, when you do create new channels, it can give you some potentially information that you need to understand a little bit more about. In this particular case, because I'm looking at percentage, it's just noise back here, so that's why this is kind of bouncing all around. But once I get into the sine wave over here, I see, my first quarter or half cycle or even full cycle, depending upon the algorithm that you're using, where it's kind of averaging that stuff out. But once I get back into here, I do see that second harmonic inhibit kick up because of that point right there. By the way, you can see the percentage is going to be 32% at that particular point in time. As time goes by, it drifts down to 2%, and that's where the second order harmonic drops out. So again, I'm taking this sine wave and I can do math and I can see very specific things of what is going on in our power system. So thank you very much for viewing, and look for more videos on extra math functions and other things that we can do with BESTdata. Thank you very much.